here we go. Oh, this is What If Deku Had Elf Run Part 2. Izuku says, Mom, do you think I can be a hero with this quirk? And his mother says, Of course, honey. I know I haven't been very supportive of your dreams, but I'm just don't want you getting hurt. But I'm going to try my best to help you become a hero. Even if it's going to scare the ever-living life out of me. But anyway, I have a plan to help you get quirks. Izuku says, How? Simple. First, we are going to get your quirk classified by registering it, then get you a quirk license, then basically go to people that want to get rid of their quirks or are willing to get rid of them. M for a price or for free. I'm going to fill out this paperwork and I'm going to find places that are willing to give you a quirk. About a month later, he has 3 quirks. She found 3 different places that are willing to give a quirk. One was a jail that was transferring this prisoner to Tartarus, and the villain name was Juggernaut, a cousin of Muscular, where his quirk was called Strong Body, where basically his entire body had when the quirk was activated, it had the strength 10 times of the original strength. Meaning, if you could originally carry 100 pounds, you can live 400. And Juggernaut was capable of flat out destroying cars with his hands. So, yeah. Second was a woman that was in a hospital on her deathbed. Her name was Tanjisi Mikimo. And her quirk was temperature manipulation, where she could handle up very high or very low temperatures pretty well. And the third quirk is called adaptability, where basically the more you take in as damage, the more you can adapt to it. This was a pro hero called Adapto that is currently too far gone on to be saved, and the family members were willing to help Izuku who get the quirk, and Adapto allowed his quirk to be taken willingly. So Izuku has 3 quirks at the moment. He's been training them. Strong Body, for example, he's been training that by going to the local beach that was completely ashed, beach, and he basically was training by lifting garbage and saying to himself, this scratches 2 things off my bucket list: getting stronger to use my quirk and to try to get into the hero course, and doing some community service. And basically Izuku does this for a decent while, and his mother says, Izuku? And Izuku says, Yes, Mom? She says, Well, I believe I can get you a 4th quirk. Do you think you could handle it? And he says, I don't think I have a limit on how many quirks I can handle. Oh, it's just the fact that when I use multiple at once, it takes more time and it takes more stamina out of me than it does only one, but I think I can train that away. And she says, well, don't overwork yourself. This quirk is from a villain named Tooth Rider, where basically they had the capability of metal manipulation to a certain degree, where they could control about 50 kilograms of metal at a time. And this villain is a B-class villain, and the Masutafu Police Department wants him to get this villain's quirk, so he's not as much as a problem. And Izuku says, sure, I can do that. After he gets the quirk, metal manipulation, and it's pretty much what it is. He can control nearly any metal. That is not way more than 50 kilograms. And he trains with each quirk for a good 4 months, and is now capable of lifting 400 pounds with his strong body quirk, and is capable of taking a decent amount of damage with his adaptability, and basically tends to use both in sync, so he can get the benefits of adaptability and strong body together. And does try to increase the limit of matter manipulation. Then he sees he's a older man that has yellow hair, bluish eyes, and looks like he hasn't eaten in over Izuku's lifespan. And Izuku says, are you okay, sir? And he says, oh, I'm fine. Are you the one cleaning this beach? And Izuku says, yes, I am. And he says, that's pretty remarkable. How many people nowadays sees the value in doing community service? Izuku says, thank you. And All Might says in his head, should I ask him to be it? And All Might says, nah. I have Mirio's a good candidate, and I don't know much about this kid. And Toshinori says, have a wonderful day, kid. And Izuku says, have a wonderful day, sir. And Izuku does what he was doing, and by month 5, cleans 95% of the beach, and is using most of the metal scraps to basically help increase his limit on how much he can carry with his metal manipulation quirk. He can lift about 100 kilograms of metal, and can lift with his strength, his body enhancement quirk, about 500 pounds, and is capable of taking with his adaptability a decent amount of damage because he's basically having improvised tennis ball machine hit him in the chest. That's a lot. So yeah, he does that and thinks to himself, what am I missing from my training. I'm doing 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups, and 100 planks a day. 100-second planks a day. So what am I missing? So, Oh. Maybe I should be getting buckets of sand and carrying that. And for the next while, he does that. And he meets an individual with purple hair heading to the beach, and sees these people with different uniforms looking like they're chasing after the purple-haired kid. And the purple-haired kid, it runs to the beach, and those 4 kids run after him and catch up and say, "You villain, don't run away from us." And Izuku doesn't know why, but gets the feeling to try to intervene. Because they shouldn't be beating up somebody just because they have a villainous quirk. And Izuku says, "What are you 4 doing?" They look at Izuku's physique, and Izuku is more buff than when he was back 5 months ago. And the 4 boys say, "We're just playing around." And Izuku says, "I'm not stupid. But I can see the fact you were beating him up for, I presume, having a villainous quirk. So, if you don't like villainous quirks, I don't think you would want to meet me." He basically uses his strength enhancement and uses his metal manipulation quirk at the same time, and says, "If I were you, I wouldn't mess with my purple-haired friend here." And one of the bullies pees their pants from fear, and all of them book it. And the purple-haired kid says, "Why did you do that?" And Izuku says, "Simple. Well, I don't like bullies." And Shinso says, "You responded to me?" And Izuku says, "Yeah." "Oh, you must have a voice quirk if you're saying that." And Shinso says, "How did you know?" Izuku says, "Simple. Well, that's a response that someone with a voice quirk would use if they're not seen favorably, to my knowledge." And and Shinso says, "Wow. Well, anyway, thank you for helping me against those bullies." And Izuku says, "Sure, wanna be friends?" Shinso says, "Sure, and my name's Shinso." And Izuku says, "My name's Izuku." And they shake hands, and that's the end of episode. Anyway, I know this is a bit longer than my last one, but these videos are kind of hard to do. But anyway, see you later.